Hi there. This video is entitled The Situation with Children in Guyana. Well, we can extend this to the situation with children in developing countries. Before I go on, just excuse the background a little. I'm getting some good Wi-Fi, I'm making use of the time and this Wi-Fi to present very important materials that's going to benefit not only the children of Guyana but the society at large. In this world, educators doesn't simply mean to follow a system, but ensure that the system is heading in the right direction. To ensure that the system is following the right theory of survival. Of course, what is that theory? It is equal opportunity for survival, as opposed to survival of the fittest. So, equal opportunity for survival, that's a theory that everyone should be following. And in order to have a well-balanced, cooperative, motivated, peaceful and happy society. So all of my videos are definitely related. All of them connect to one bigger picture. And that picture of course is equal survival opportunity. And talking about the situation with our children, the first thing I'm going to do is to give you an analogy. Analogy is something that helps us to remember some more subtle concepts that are difficult. So, imagine a mother telling her daughter to cook a certain food. Now the daughter is hungry, but the food that the mother is telling her to cook, she does not want to cook. She does not like the food. The daughter does not like the food. But her mom is telling her to cook the food. Let's say that the other members of the family like that kind of food. Okay? So, let's excuse a little setting there. Yeah. So, now that is compared to the situation with our children. They're forced to study. But at the end of their studies, there's no guarantee that there will be peace and happiness in their life. Just like the little girl, there's no guarantee that she will satisfy her hungry stomach and have a good night's rest. So, there you can see the end justifies the means. So in schools all across Guyana, not only Guyana but all developing countries and in fact the entire planet, schools are really taking on a lot of stress of the students. The students are demotivated generally and are less hopeful about their future. All because their future, a bright, happy, free future is not guaranteed. Something just came across my mind. I was thinking, yes, maybe the thought will come back later. So, we find ourselves, okay, the children are being taught, just try to take in your education and just try to learn to have grades on paper. But these grades do not guarantee a brighter future. Because the whole system in the first place is following the wrong theory of survival. We are following survival of the fittest. Whereas, we should be following equal survival opportunity that is based on humane principles. So, equal survival opportunity is compared to the food that the girl wants to cook and to benefit herself and her family. And survival of the fittest is the food that the mom is forcing her daughter to cook. So that is why, just as how the daughter will be so demotivated to cook the food, similarly in society, children will be demotivated to follow survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest is like crab and barrel. So, the children are thinking, oh, what is going to happen to my future? Even though I take in all of these studies, Will there be a partner in my life that will love me, that is trained to love me, trained to be respectful towards me in marriage? Will that be there? Or will I find such a partner that I have this understanding, that is trained to have this understanding, so I can rest assured with my life, my family life? Is there such a situation? Well, that is for family. What about economics and having a home and so on? Is there a situation where if I work hard or reasonably hard, I will guarantee a home, a nice home, with facilities and infrastructure? Is there a guarantee? The answer is no. The answer is no, and that is because the strong are getting stronger and the weak are getting weaker. So, I remember the point now. The point is that to the degree that the students can have a hope for the future through their parents' progress, so the children will want to learn. So you find that parents who are already having an upper hand in society, their child will learn. But children that does not have this upper hand through parents' progress, they will not want to learn. They will be demotivated. So students' learning is tied in with whatever progress is already made there by the parents. Okay. So of course, it's a rare situation. You're gonna find that a child will come from nothing and an excel. Going through, it will be very, very difficult because probability is something that either motivates us or demotivates us. If you know your father has lots of farm and your mother have a stable job, then you can rest assured that you can have a good future, and you just need to have a decent career, and you're okay there. But if you have to start from scratch, it's going to be very, very difficult for you, and so that's rare when a child can come up from scratch, knowing the impact of probability for a peaceful and happy survival is not there. Okay, so that's the situation with children. I gave you the analogy, and just to refresh your mind, just as how the girl will be demotivated to cook, and no matter what the mother tells her, it will be still hard for her to cook. Similarly, our students, no matter how much theory you tell them, no matter how much grades you say you want so many grades on paper, it will not work out. What rain cannot fall, dew cannot fall. Right? The mother needs to give the girl the right dinner that she wants, nutritious, benefit the entire family, and she will cook it. She will cook it. Similarly, our children at school, educators need to set an example that life is easy and to show how life can be easy. That's it. That's what education means. Education does not mean to consciously or unconsciously make life look hard with this glamorous, consumerist, burdensome lifestyle that many educators are helplessly following. Right? So let's give the children a break. Let's show that survival is easy, and the theory of survival has to be equal survival opportunity. And of course, what's the next thing that you have to do to motivate our students is to, of course, example to show how to access the main thing about Maslow, and that is access to food. There must be vibrant agriculture. Every educator must show vibrant agriculture. It's a pity when the regular folks are showing how agriculture is done, and the leader goes and admires. That's such a pity, because they're the ones who are supposed to lead, and lead according to Abraham Maslow that they would have studied at college or university. Right? Don't lead out of what the culture is telling you to lead, to just go with the flow, and just fulfill the demands of stakeholders. And stakeholders basically crab and barrel. Strong getting stronger, weak getting weaker. You cannot fulfill that as educators. health educators, academic educators, it doesn't matter. We cannot fulfill it. It will be a futile, completely futile, waste of time, waste of life, waste of money. Okay, so we have to check out my other videos. I talk a lot about freeing the mind from the burden of life, and that is to be independent with our food. And if a child can in school can be properly trained behind agriculture, from school to home, through the example of educators, then the child will realize that future can be very easy, because food is the main thing. If you control somebody's food supply, you can control that person's entire life. You can trace a person, you can chart out a person by observing the proportion of food on their plate, the kind of food that they eat. So check out my other videos. I don't want to talk about food too much on this video, but check out my other videos, the whole psychology or the impact of the food that you eat on the child's motivation, or you can say on the society's motivation, enthusiasm, cooperation, the impact of food on those things. Okay, so yes, I'd like to give a shout out to all our children all across the country. Special shout out to all our educators all across the country. And let's, as educators, let's work together to do what we're supposed to do. Not what culture is telling us to do, a culture that comes from survival of the fittest. Let's follow our heart. Let's be good human beings. Set an example that this life is easy to live, starting from how we use God-given land. Okay, so our children need a break. Enough is enough all across the world. This is happening all the countries, practically. This level of, children distress level, suicidal level, and so many things. And of course, the revolt, they break the furniture, they break the switch, everything. But we cannot understand as educators that we are following the wrong theory, and we're not setting the right example for the right theory. Okay, so check out my video on obedience. I give some perception on that there. There's a nice little wasp flying next to me with a larvae. Interesting, nice. Okay, alright, did I mention everything there? Yes, I thank you so much for your patience. These videos, I just get my phone and I have to make these recordings, right? Yes, I just want to encourage all of us to pursue the right duties in our life as students, as educators, and to, most importantly, interact with people who are very sincere, who are very honest, and have an open understanding of the path to peace and happiness. Follow your hearts and follow such persons who are doing that. I think I covered everything. Also, this is our informal series. In my formal series, I dissect these topics to the last as much as I can. Right now it's informal. I grab my camera, see the background. This, is where I can get a good Wi-Fi. That's it. I'm giving it my best shot here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your patience. And hopefully you can take some notes and subscribe and leave some comments. Share to your social media platform. Thank you.